So Melanie, I understand that 2020 is a census year, and I'm really curious to know, why is that important? Why should I care as a citizen of Hoover, and what does that mean? Talk to me a little bit about that whole process.
The census is important because not only does it show how many citizens we have living in the United States and in Alabama, and more specifically in Hoover, but there are federal dollars that are connected to that. Billions of federal dollars.
That the city of Hoover gets?
That the city of Hoover gets, that the state of Alabama gets, that is correct.
Based on those numbers?
Based on the number of people that respond to the census.
Oh, wow.
For every one person who responds to the census, there is $1,600 that is attached to them. But the thing you have to keep in mind, that's $1,600 for 1 year. So we're talking about a 10-year span that is there for them. But the thing is, if you don't participate, that's $1,600 per person that the city of Hoover does not get.
Times 10.
Times 10.
That's huge.
It's major.
Wow.
Yes.
So what does everyone need to know about the census?
Well, Census Day for 2020 will be on April 1st. That is what the government has deemed as Census Day. The census will be coming out in mid to late March, but by April 1st, that is the date that really we have been instructed to let everyone know, do your census on that day. This will be the first year that there will be an electronic form, so you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your tablet, you can do it on your computer, but there will also be the old methods that we are used to. So that's one that you'll get in the mail. You can also call and do it by phone if you prefer to. Here's what folks need to know. If by mid-July you have not completed your census in one of those three ways, you will be getting that knock on your door that so many folks are familiar with. So the goal is to get your census done as early as possible. Again, April 1st being Census Day. Get it in, not only be counted, but also know that you're helping your city to get federal dollars for a number of things. Everything from Medicare to roads and transportation to Title I funding. Everyone is affected and impacted by the census, so we need everyone's participation.
Wow. So tell me, I'm a household of a husband and wife and a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old college student. Who has to fill out the census?
That's great. So I would say your head of house is who you would want to do that. And here's what is important to remember. It is about being counted where you are. So if that college student is in California in college, they are counted in California. They are not counted in Alabama. You are to count everyone who is living in your household at that time. So if grandma has the grandkids for the spring break, that is where they are to be counted, where they are on April 1st. Again, I would say that the head of household is probably the best person to do that, or whoever maybe handles some of your major bills. And the thing that we want to stress as well is this does not take a long time. 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Think about what you can do in 10 to 15 minutes
Right.
in a day,
Right.
but think about what we lose out on if you don't take that 10 to 15 minutes.
Right.
The thing for the state is Alabama counts. We have made it local to Hoover that says Hoover counts because we want folks to know how important it is. And one other thing, if I might point out, we talk about our congressional representation. That too is tied to the census.
Wow.
Alabama has been projected to lose at least one congressional seat, if not two, because our numbers were lower the last time around. We don't want that to happen on our watch. Governor Ivey has said, I don't want this to happen on my watch. So again, that's why it's so important. If you may think, well, I don't have anyone affected by Medicare, I don't have anyone affected by Title I, but you want to make sure that your congressional representation remains what it is. So there is a reason for everyone to participate. Your voice matters.
Wow, this is a wealth of information, so everyone needs to put on their calendar.
Yes.
April 1.
Yes.
Don't forget.
Do not forget.
You need to be counted.
Yes.
And so this is critically important for the city of Hoover. So thank you so much for this wealth of information.
Absolutely, thank you.